So, all right,
Now,
last question. Last question tonight. So, we all know that Shohei he's even said it that he would love to add a Cy Young award to his collection. So my question is, if you take Shohei Ohtani and you add a Cy Young award to his collection this year, does that automatically like bang the gavel? Is he now the GOAT? Does that make Shohei Ohtani the clear-cut greatest player of all time?
no, Justin Verlander won an MVP and a Cy Young in the same year, so no. um, does he make him? Oh man. So this is the difference, right? Shohei hits.
Yep.
If he wins an MVP, it's going to be for his hitting. And if he's good enough to win the Cy Young award, like obviously that adds to the MVP resume. If he does that in the same season, and I'm talking 35, 100, and then wins a Cy Young award, I mean, yeah, right?
That's what I'm asking. Like, is
Yeah,
is that is that the is that the one missing piece that takes the argument of greatest of all time away and just gives it to him?
I mean, I don't know about the greatest piece. Like, I think he's. Mm, I don't know. I think he's still considered possibly the GOAT after his career, even if he doesn't win a Cy Young award. But you add that Cy Young award to that argument, the same year he wins his fifth MVP in in a row, we might be talking GOAT status at that point.
That's that's one thing Babe Ruth didn't get was the Cy Young because it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, right.
And and Babe was a good pitcher. I mean, he wasn't necessarily like, I mean, I don't want to say like not an elite pitcher at the time. He was considered like one of the best pitchers in the game, but it wasn't like he put up like absurd stats. He did have 3 or 4 seasons of pretty stupid numbers, but there was no best pitcher award to be given. It's like Babe doesn't have one. Would he have won one? Probably. Babe probably would have had a Cy Young in there if it was such a thing. Um, but in my mind, like, and I'm one of the guys who's held off on the Shohei Ohtani train for the longest time because I think the pitching is cool, but I don't think the pitching is impactful. Like, he hasn't pitched enough for it to matter to me. But if this guy goes out and wins a Cy Young award, showing that he was really just that good a pitcher and he's also that good a hitter, I mean, I'm one of the people that would probably have to sit down and shut up on the whole like Shohei is not the greatest of all time argument because like I got nothing left to stand on. I got no arguments left. I got nothing left. 50-50 season, all the MVPs, the home runs. Yeah, his playoff stats are pretty mediocre, but it doesn't matter. They've won anyways. Um, the last thing you can say is like he hasn't been a meaningful pitcher. If he goes and wins a Cy Young award, that argument's gone, and he's now a meaningful pitcher.
Yeah.
So I look at it as, at least from my perspective, if he goes out and wins a Cy Young award this year, I've got no arguments to make. I have to give it to him. Like, he will be, at that point to me, he will be the greatest player of all time in terms of his ability to do literally everything on a baseball field.
Yeah. I mean, Carl says I would say it would give him the GOAT season, not necessarily career. He might already have the GOAT season with the 50-50. So that's what we're saying. Like, if he gets a Cy Young, does that make him the GOAT? I mean, Curtis says if he does that, yeah, I don't see it happening though. And he said Babe was dueling with Cy Young at the time. So obviously, yeah. I mean, I just hate the fact, like we say it all the time, like I get why this guy is thrown in our face. He's the best we've seen in our lifetime. Heck, maybe even in 100 years, right? His ability to do both are elite, right? Like even his pitching is above average, right? I would agree, maybe not as impactful as he would want or we would want, just because he's had the Tommy John issues, right?
Right.
So like I get it. Does he have that ability? Yeah, we've seen him throw one-hit shutouts. We've seen him throw a lot of teams, a lot of chairs. So, I mean, yeah, this makes him the GOAT, I think, in my eyes. If he is able to bring in a Cy Young award, it's icing on the cake at this point. I think he's already almost there because he's doing it at the same time here, finally at full strength, right? I think, yeah, I think that award does it.
Yeah, because like if he goes out and wins a Cy Young, there literally is nothing left for him to do. MVP, Cy Young, Rookie of the Year, World Series rings, 50-50 season. Like, what the hell's left? Other than just pile up more stats at the end of your career. But like in terms of the individual accolades like that happen on the field, there ain't nothing left.
No.
The guy will have literally checked every box in his career, and nobody else has done that. I mean, it's kind of it would, and again, as somebody who's not a huge Shohei Ohtani, ball washer, I would have to stop arguing that he's not the greatest of all time because I would have nothing. I'd have nothing to stand on.
No, not at all. Yeah, and if he throws a no-hitter, that's big boy status. That, I mean, maybe that's what he needs.
Yeah.
He needs that'd be the one thing left, no-hitter. But yeah, I mean, I think he's almost borderline there now with what he's brought to the game. I mean, hell, he's brought an entire country to the MLB, right? He's won the rings. He's got the 50-50 season. He's got 4 straight MVPs. I mean, what are we even talking about here? I mean, he is already almost there. And you throw this hardware on his shelf, yeah, I think the argument's over.
Yeah. I just think it'd be really hard to argue that he's not.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't think he is, it's hard to argue that he's not. Like you can't prove the counterpoint.
Right. The only argument that people would say is like, oh, well, Barry Bonds is the best hitter, or Pedro or Walter Johnson's the best pitcher. Okay, that's great, but neither one of them did the other thing that he's doing both, right? So like,
yep,
he's not going to be the best hitter. He's not going to be the best pitcher, but to be able to do both at the level that he is something we won't see for a while.
Yep,
for sure. Yeah, exactly. Shohei's a unicorn, no doubt. He's what would happen if Joe Montana also led the league in sacks. 1,000%.
Yep.
It's exactly what he is. That's a great comparison, Carl. Yep. Yeah, he can retire and possibly be in the argument of GOAT.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I agree.
he will be the first player in baseball history to accomplish all of those things. He will be one of one across baseball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a no doubt. Crazy.
Yeah, the more I thought of it, the more I thought, holy crap, like if this happens, like he literally will be one of one.
Yeah. Crazy.
And ain't nobody catching him anytime soon.
No. And like I said, we've had, pitchers obviously win MVPs and Cy Youngs in the same year, Kershaw, Verlander, right? Like that itself isn't the unicorn, but it's how he's doing it, right? I mean, he's at the plate earning his MVP. And then you throw a Cy Young in that same year, would be that silly. It would be silly.
Yep.
But as long as he's in the NL or Skeens is in the NL, I don't think it's happening.
It's going to be hard as hell, man. Like
yeah.
It's, I mean, and amongst, and then he's got a teammate who's also pretty good.
A couple of
that
them
might have something to say about that. So
yeah.
I mean, I think that the Cy Young Award is going to be a hell of a tall task for him, but that would be the only thing he's got left to prove.
Yeah, I agree. Wild. Yeah, he's only 31. It's his 9th season. He still needs a little more on the resume. So you're thinking like longevity, just, piling those stats up. Yeah, I can agree with that.